pecan harvest of 2020. Thanks for watching. You're about to see how pecans are harvested on a small farm, our farm, in southern New Mexico in a town that you may have heard of called Hatch. Off to the right-hand side there, before the camera moves, you're going to see a little white enclosed structure, and those are beehives next to that large cotton field. Next you see our neighbor Mariano. Mariano's in his 80s and doing great and loves to farm. That's our little white shed up there with pecan trees in the front and the back of it that were planted about 10 years ago. And you're seeing the high desert in the background. That's because Hatch is in that area of a high desert. We don't get a lot of rain. Most all the water that we get comes from the river that you see in the foreground and from irrigation wells. And here is our lower orchard, which were trees that we planted by hand. My father, my mother, myself, and a crew, and we measured each one to make sure that they'd be straight. To this very day, the guys on the farm laugh how unstraight our planting was, but to look at this video, you would never know it. So sit back and for the next few minutes, enjoy some footage about harvesting pecans in southern New Mexico. This is Chase. Chase is my son, and a son whom I'm very proud of. He's the one who's responsible for taking all the fantastic aerial footage for the very first time with his own drone. This is Cody. Cody's the farm manager and has become a good friend over the years. He's honest, trustworthy, hardworking, and everything you could want in a friend and in a farm manager. And this is Madison. Madison's been around just about as long as Chase, and we always enjoy seeing her when we go up to Hatch. So let me turn it over to Chase for a little bit so he can tell you how he was getting such good aerial footage.
Hello, people. How are you doing today? If you see me, I'm right next to the foyer and I'm waiting, but it got stuck. But you usually get stuck. Now watch. I'm going to go out of the other side of the pecan field. I hope you know how to do pecans. But this is the best! You see the blue tractor and I saw the face of the bull.
Obviously, Chase is preoccupied doing a great job flying his drone, getting us our footage, so I thought he needed a hat. So there you have it, and he captured that pretty easily. You can see he's laser focused. He's good at technology. He's able to pick things up. He got this out of the box and within minutes was able to fly it. You can see the drone hovering. It's about the coolest little toy we've had in a long time. But there's a view of the pecans sitting directly behind our shed. And that's some of the equipment that we're going to use to harvest, including the sweeper, which is the blue rig to the left-hand side. That Ed's right next to Cody, and he's going to get into that one and drive that one this morning. And that's Cody again, and Cody's going to get into the harvester and take it down to the lower field and start the process of shaking the trees, windrowing all the pecans, and then taking the harvester and picking them up. It should be said, pretty soon you're going to see Cody's father, Chris, and his uncle in the video as well. So thanks to them for helping do a great job picking up the pecans this year. You'll see too that the equipment that's being used is almost brand new and something that the archers take great pride in. They do a fantastic job as custom harvesters, and I'm always grateful for the work that they do for us on the farm. I love this view. As Chase takes the drone between the trees, it just feels like you're flying. And then he captures the shaker there in the background. That's the large yellow machine as the truck hauls the crew getting down to the lower field. And the blower there on the left-hand side is blowing the leaves and the pecans to the center of the field, while Chase flies the drone from inside our four-wheeler. Here's the blower. We don't want to miss any of those pecans because Cody calls them brown gold. So we're going to try to capture every pecan that we can. After they shake the trees, this is what you see laying on the ground, and you're going to see them shake the trees in just a moment. But here's one form of a blower. And this is a separate crew that's harvesting another field. And that's the sweeper that windrows the pecans. This is Madison. This is Cody's daughter, and this is Miss Perla. That's Miss Perla walking away, and that's Madison's mom. There's Cody. And you can see there's a whole lot of love between Cody and Madison. She's a great kid, and he's a good daddy. Now Chase wants to start to show Madison how to work the drone. So you have to hit the button in a series of lengths. Off the ground it goes. And it's time to capture some more footage. But before we do that, he wants to have it hover here for a moment, and we can zoom in on it a little bit to see how stable it is. That's what's fun about this drone. It holds the pictures so still. Up, up, and away. You can see the iPhone is plugged into the controller, so Chase can see from the drone's perspective what's going on. Madison has taken a great interest. There goes the drone. It's super fast. But the kids are going to try to chase it down. Keep a visual on it. Here they are again. On your mark, get set, go! That's me right there, driving the Defender as we try to get some footage of the harvest. Chase is going to land it. He hits a button and it does a self-land. I think the battery's running low, so he needs to go get a new one. That's what he tells me. Now it's time to shake the trees. So this is a different crew. This large machine grabs on to the tree with two rubber pads and shakes it, and this is what you see laying on the ground after they're done with the shaking of the tree. It's a dusty process. You'll actually see some dust on the lens of the camera as we progress through the filming. The guys who do this have done it for a long time, so they're good at not harming the tree. And Chase loves to pick up the pecans and crack them and eat them. He's got another video on growing up Chase if you want to see us crack the pecans. So you can go ahead and look for that. I love this image of Old Glory flying in a old farmer's backyard. He, along with many others here, still believe in the USA. It's about lunchtime. We have two hungry kiddos, so let's start up the four-wheeler and go get something to eat. We want to stop at Sparky's, which is a famous burger joint, but they're so busy we ended up just going over to Subway and getting a sandwich and headed back to the field. The kids have had a lot of fun today. Lots of running and playing, driving machines, just enjoying the farm. Here's a nice view of the equipment and the shaker as it gets ready to clamp onto the tree. Again, it gently closes down, gives a shake, all the pecans drop, and then you'll see the raking crew comes in. They're gonna pick up some of those pecans that got a little bit too far away from the tree that the sweeper can't get. Now the kids are going to give it a try in the shaker. Chase and Madison jump in, and let's see how they do. Not too bad. We might have lost a few extra branches on that one, but we'll call that successful. And it looks like Chase made Madison disappear. That has to do with editing. Now it's Ed's turn. This is Ed and the sweeper. The sweeper's pretty amazing. Look, there's some grass there and it's picks up all the pecans as it goes past and puts them in a windrow. Ed's been with the farm for about 5 years, and he's a great worker. We sure enjoy having him there. Now, after they're windrowed, it's time for the harvester to get busy and do its job. Chase is doing the inspection, has a little snack there. That's Cody's uncle with the rake in his hand. And Chris is Cody's father, who's driving the harvester. So everything's windrowed here. Leaves, sticks, stones, dirt. And the harvester takes it all in. And as it feeds into the harvester, the lighter dust is getting blown out the side, along with the leaves. And then the pecans are getting fed into the hopper, along with some sticks and some other stones that might be of similar size to the pecan. And if you take a look inside, you'll see that many of the pecans are exposed, but a lot of them also still have the husk on it. And so once the pecans get to the cleaning plants, that's where we'll want those husks to get separated from the pecan. And you'll see some of the sticks are coming off at the very end here. Well, Madison and Chase are still having fun flying the drone. There's quite a bit going on the farm today. Lots of machines are working, and now it's time to dump the harvester's collection of pecans into the trailer. You can see that one load has already been dumped, and as the harvester raises up, then the second load falls in, and this trailer will hold about 5,000 to 10,000 pounds of pecans. We're not sure exactly if it's closer to the 5,000 or the 10,000 until we can put the pecans through the cleaning plants and find out how much of that husk is going to come off the pecan. Now the kids get to enjoy the spoils of the harvest, playing in the trailer with the pecans. Looks like we have 2 happy kids here, and I think we have 2 tired kids as well. As the day comes to an end here, I think we're ready for some drinks, and we're about ready to call this a day. Chase enjoys his soda. I think Madison just had hers. And in the back we can see the 2 loads of pecans that we've already had. The kids get ready to say their goodbyes. They've had fun playing with the drone, watching all the efforts of everyone on the farm and watching the machines work. And for the most part, it's been a great day.